Right now, there are places on our planet that NASA uses to train astronauts for Mars missions. These aren't computer-generated images or movie sets. They're real locations you can actually visit, but most people have no idea they exist. You're about to see 20 landscapes so bizarre that your brain will struggle to believe they're on Earth. Some of these locations are so dangerous that only a handful of humans have ever set foot there, while others hide secrets that could change how we understand life itself. 1. Socotra Island, Yemen. Imagine stepping onto an island where 1/3 of the plant species exists nowhere else on Earth. Socotra Island sits isolated in the Arabian Sea, and evolution took a completely different path here. The dragon's blood trees look like giant umbrellas turned upside down, their thick trunks supporting flat canopies that seem to defy gravity. These trees bleed crimson resin when cut, which ancient civilizations valued more than gold. The island's isolation for millions of years created a living laboratory of alien-looking life forms. Bottle trees with bulbous trunks store water like natural reservoirs, while cucumber trees grow in impossible spirals. Scientists call Socotra the Galapagos of the Indian Ocean because its creatures evolved in complete isolation. The landscape feels so otherworldly that researchers study it to understand how life might adapt on distant planets. 2. Antelope Canyon, Arizona. Deep beneath the Arizona desert lies a slot canyon that transforms sunlight into liquid gold. Antelope Canyon formed when flash floods carved through sandstone over millions of years, creating smooth, wave-like walls that seem to flow like frozen water. When sunbeams pierce through the narrow opening above, they create ethereal light beams that dance across the curved walls in shades of orange, purple, and red. The canyon's walls are so smooth and curved that they look sculpted by alien hands, rather than carved by water. Photography inside requires special techniques because the light changes every minute as the sun moves overhead. The Navajo people call it the place where water runs through rocks, but visitors often describe feeling like they're walking through the inside of a living organism. The narrow passages and flowing walls create an almost claustrophobic sense of being inside something alive and breathing. 3. Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia. Picture the world's largest mirror stretching to the horizon in every direction. During Bolivia's rainy season, a thin layer of water covers the Salar de Uyuni salt flats, creating a perfect reflection of the sky that makes it impossible to tell where Earth ends and heaven begins. This 4,000 square mile expanse of crystallized salt becomes a flawless mirror that reflects clouds, stars, and anything else in the sky with supernatural clarity. When the water evaporates, hexagonal salt patterns emerge across the surface, like giant honeycomb structures. The perfectly flat terrain extends so far that it's used to calibrate satellites in space. It's literally one of the flattest places on Earth. At night, without any light pollution for hundreds of miles, the star reflections create the illusion of walking through outer space. Flamingos gather here to feed on algae, creating pink dots against the white infinity that looks like a scene from an alien world. 4. Blood Falls, Antarctica. In the heart of Antarctica, a glacier bleeds red water that flows down pure white ice like a wound in the frozen landscape. Blood Falls appears to be bleeding crimson liquid, but the shocking truth is even stranger than it looks. The red color comes from iron oxide, essentially rust, in salt water that's been trapped under the glacier for over 2 million years. Scientists discovered that this ancient water contains microbes that have survived in complete darkness without oxygen for millions of years. These organisms feed on iron and sulfur, proving that life can exist in the most impossible conditions. The discovery changed how scientists think about life on Mars and other planets where similar conditions might exist. When the iron-rich water hits the surface and contacts oxygen, it rusts instantly, creating the blood-red waterfall that stains the white ice in one of the most haunting sights on Earth. 5. Fly Geyser, Nevada. What looks like an alien landing site is actually a human accident that created something more beautiful than nature alone could have made. Fly Geyser formed in 1964 when a geothermal energy company drilled a well and didn't properly seal it. Superheated water began erupting continuously, depositing minerals that built colorful mounds over decades. The geyser now stands as 3 colorful cones that shoot hot water 5 to 6 feet into the air around the clock. Thermophilic algae thrive in the hot water, painting the formations in brilliant reds, greens, and yellows that shift color depending on temperature and season. The surrounding area has become a series of terraced pools and mineral formations that look like something from Jupiter's moon Europa. Despite being man-made, Fly Geyser has become a testament to how quickly nature can transform human mistakes into alien beauty. 6. Zhangye Dangxia, China. The mountains of Zhangye Dangxia look like someone spilled paint across the landscape in impossible rainbow stripes. These formations, known as Rainbow Mountains, display layers of red sandstone and mineral deposits that create natural bands of color ranging from deep red to bright yellow, green, and blue. The striped patterns formed over 24 million years as different sediment layers compressed under varying conditions. Weather and erosion have carved these colorful layers into dramatic peaks, valleys, and cliff faces that change color throughout the day as sunlight hits them from different angles. The formations are so visually striking that they've been designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Viewing platforms allow visitors to see the full scope of the rainbow landscape, which stretches for miles in every direction, like a 3-dimensional painting that defies everything we expect mountains to look like. 7. Atacama Desert, Chile. NASA trains Mars rover drivers in the Atacama Desert because it's the closest thing to Mars we have on Earth. This desert is so dry that some weather stations have never recorded rainfall, and some areas haven't seen water for over 400 years. The soil composition, radiation levels, and complete absence of vegetation make it nearly identical to Martian conditions. Despite the harsh conditions, scientists have discovered microbes living inside rocks, surviving on trace amounts of moisture from the air. These findings help researchers understand how life might exist on Mars or other planets with extreme conditions. The landscape features salt-crusted plains, volcanic formations, and mineral deposits that create an otherworldly palette of colors. When rare rains do fall, the desert briefly explodes with wildflowers that have waited years for water, creating a temporary alien garden in the world's driest place. 8. Giant's Causeway, Ireland. 60 million years ago, volcanic activity created one of Earth's most geometrically perfect natural formations. The Giant's Causeway consists of about 40,000 interlocking basalt columns that formed when lava cooled so slowly that it cracked into perfect hexagonal shapes. These columns fit together like a giant staircase leading into the Atlantic Ocean. The mathematical precision of these formations seems too perfect to be natural, leading to legends that giants built the causeway to walk between Ireland and Scotland. Each column is a nearly perfect hexagon, and they fit together without gaps like nature's own architectural masterpiece. The columns extend beneath the ocean and emerge again on the Scottish island of Staffa, suggesting that this alien-looking formation once connected two lands across the sea. 9. Kawah Ijen, Indonesia. Inside an active volcano in Indonesia burns the only blue fire on Earth visible to the naked eye. Kawah Ijen Crater Lake contains some of the most acidic water on the planet. But the real alien spectacle happens at night when sulfur gases ignite to create electric blue flames that dance across the volcanic landscape. Miners risk their lives to collect pure sulfur from inside the crater, carrying loads up steep volcanic walls while toxic gases burn their lungs. The blue flames can reach heights of 16 feet and burn at temperatures over 1,100 degrees Fahrenheit. During the day, the flames become invisible, but the turquoise crater lake remains one of the most beautifully dangerous bodies of water on Earth. The combination of blue fire and acid lake creates a hellish landscape that looks more like a scene from another dimension than anywhere on our planet. 10. McMurdo. Dry valleys, Antarctica. These valleys are so Mars-like that NASA considers them Earth's best analog for the red planet. The McMurdo dry valleys haven't seen rainfall in over 2 million years, and their extreme conditions kill most life forms within hours. Katabatic winds reach speeds of 200 miles per hour, evaporating all moisture and creating a landscape more barren than most deserts. The valleys contain mummified seals that died thousands of years ago, but haven't decomposed due to the extreme cold and dry conditions. Scientists study these preserved remains to understand how organic material might be preserved on Mars. The landscape features ventifacts, rocks carved by wind into impossible shapes, and dry lake beds with patterns that mirror formations photographed on Mars. This is where researchers test equipment destined for Mars missions, because the conditions are nearly identical to what we expect to find on the red planet. 11th, Spotted Lake, Canada. Every summer, Spotted Lake transforms into nature's most unusual polka dot pattern. As water evaporates from this mineral-rich lake in British Columbia, it leaves behind concentrated pools of different minerals that create hundreds of colorful spots across the lake bed. Each spot contains different mineral concentrations, creating a natural palette of green, yellow, blue, and white circles. The lake contains some of the highest concentrations of minerals on Earth, including magnesium sulfate, calcium, and sodium sulfates. During World War I, the minerals were actually harvested to make ammunition. Indigenous peoples have considered the lake sacred for centuries, believing its waters have healing properties. The geometric pattern changes throughout the summer as water levels drop, creating an ever-changing alien landscape that looks like a giant's game board. 12th, Richat Structure, Mauritania. From space, the Richat Structure looks like a giant eye staring up from the Sahara Desert. This massive circular formation stretches 30 miles across and is so prominent that astronauts use it as a landmark from orbit. Known as the Eye of the Sahara, it was once thought to be an impact crater from a massive asteroid. But scientists now believe it formed from geological uplift and erosion over millions of years. The concentric circles consist of different rock types that eroded at different rates, creating the bullseye pattern visible from space. The structure is so large that it's impossible to see the full circular pattern from ground level. You need to be in an airplane or satellite to appreciate its alien geometry. Researchers study the Richat Structure to understand similar formations that have been photographed on Mars, making it a key location for comparative planetary geology. 13. Pamukkale, Turkey. Pamukkale, meaning cotton castle in Turkish, looks like a frozen waterfall made of pure white stone. Hot springs rich in calcium carbonate have been flowing down this hillside for thousands of years, depositing minerals that form terraced pools of brilliant white travertine. The formations look like cotton or snow, cascading down the mountainside in perfect terraces. The thermal pools maintain temperatures around 95 degrees Fahrenheit year-round, and the mineral-rich water is believed to have healing properties. Ancient Romans built the city of Hierapolis on top of these formations, using the thermal waters for their baths. The white terraces create an otherworldly landscape against Turkey's green countryside, and the constant flow of mineral water ensures that the formations continue growing and changing shape over time. 14. Valley of the Moon, Chile. The Valley of the Moon earned its name because it looks exactly like the lunar surface, a barren landscape of salt formations, sand dunes, and rock spires that could easily be mistaken for another planet. Located in the Atacama Desert, this valley showcases some of the most alien terrain on Earth, with white salt deposits creating crystalline formations that sparkle like alien crystals. The valley's extreme dryness and unique geological formations make it a popular location for testing Mars rovers and equipment. As the sun sets, the landscape transforms through a spectrum of colors, from gold to red to purple, creating daily light shows that rival anything in science fiction. The salt formations create natural sculptures that look like abstract art installations, and the complete silence of the valley adds to its otherworldly atmosphere. 15. Dalal, Ethiopia. Dalal sits in one of the lowest and hottest places on Earth, where volcanic activity creates a landscape that looks like a toxic alien world. Hydrothermal fields produce bright yellow and green sulfur deposits, while salt formations create white and orange terraces. The combination of colors creates a psychedelic landscape that shifts and changes as minerals react with air and water. The area holds the record for the highest average temperature of any inhabited place on Earth, and the air is filled with toxic gases that make breathing dangerous. Despite the harsh conditions, scientists have discovered extremophile organisms that thrive in the acidic hot springs. These discoveries help researchers understand how life might exist on planets with similarly extreme conditions. The landscape changes constantly as new hot springs emerge and mineral deposits shift, making Dalal one of the most dynamic and alien-looking places on our planet. 16. Lac Rose, Senegal. Lac Rose, also known as Lake Retba, appears bright pink from the shore, looking like a giant strawberry milkshake in the middle of the African landscape. The lake's unusual color comes from Dunaliella solana algae that produce a red pigment to protect themselves from the sun's intense rays. The higher the salt concentration, the pinker the water becomes. The lake is saltier than the Dead Sea, making it nearly impossible to sink while swimming. Local workers harvest salt from the lake by hand, covering their bodies in shea butter to protect their skin from the corrosive salt water. The contrast between the pink water and the golden sand dunes creates a surreal landscape that shifts in intensity throughout the day as sunlight changes the water's appearance from pale pink to deep magenta. 17. Waitomo Caves, New Zealand. Deep underground in New Zealand, thousands of glowworms create a living galaxy on cave ceilings. These aren't actually worms, but fly larvae that emit blue-green light to attract prey. When you float silently through the dark caves on underground rivers, looking up at the ceiling creates the illusion of drifting through outer space beneath a field of stars. The glowworms create silk threads that hang down like optical fibers, and their bioluminescent bodies produce a steady blue glow that reflects off the cave walls and underground water. The caves remain in complete darkness except for the natural light produced by these creatures, creating one of the most magical and otherworldly experiences on Earth. Scientists study these glowworms to understand bioluminescence and how similar organisms might exist in the dark environments of other planets or moons. 18. Dor-Dahel, Turkmenistan. In the middle of the Karakum Desert, a crater has been burning continuously for over 50 years, earning the nickname Dor-Dahel. This massive circular crater formed when Soviet engineers were drilling for natural gas and the ground collapsed. To prevent the spread of dangerous gases, they decided to burn off the escaping methane, expecting it to extinguish within days. The fire has burned non-stop for decades, creating a glowing orange crater that's visible from miles away at night. The flames dance and flicker across the crater's surface, reaching temperatures hot enough to melt metal. The surrounding desert reflects the orange glow, creating an apocalyptic landscape that looks like a portal to another dimension. Despite the extreme heat, visitors can approach the rim during cooler evening hours to witness this man-made wonder that has become more alien-looking than most natural formations. 19. Marble Caves, Chile. Hidden beneath the turquoise waters of General Carrera Lake lie cathedral-like caves carved entirely from marble. These caves formed over 6,000 years as lake waters gradually dissolved the marble peninsula, creating smooth, curved chambers that reflect blue light in impossible shades. The marble walls have been polished to mirror smoothness by centuries of wave action. The caves can only be accessed by kayak or small boat when water levels are right, making them one of Earth's most exclusive natural wonders. Sunlight filtering through the water creates an ethereal blue glow that illuminates the marble walls in shifting patterns of light and shadow. The acoustic properties of the marble chambers create haunting echoes that add to the otherworldly atmosphere. These caves represent one of the most beautiful examples of how water can sculpt rock into formations that seem too perfect to be natural. Vinta, Lençóis Maranhenses, Brazil. Imagine a desert filled with thousands of crystal-clear freshwater lagoons that appear and disappear like magic. Lençóis Maranhenses looks impossible, a landscape of white sand dunes dotted with blue and green pools that seem to have no source. During Brazil's rainy season, rainwater collects between the dunes, creating temporary lakes that can be 10 feet deep and stretching for acres. The white sand dunes shift constantly with the wind, but an impermeable rock layer beneath prevents the rainwater from draining away immediately. Fish somehow appear in these temporary lakes, though scientists still debate how they arrive in pools that exist for only a few months each year. As the dry season progresses, the lakes gradually evaporate, leaving behind a pure white desert until the next rains arrive. This cycle creates an ever-changing landscape that transforms from Sahara-like desert to tropical oasis and back again, making it one of the most dynamic and alien-looking places on Earth. While these 20 places prove that our planet can look more alien than anything science fiction has imagined, they also reveal something deeper about Earth itself. The same iron-eating bacteria thriving in blood falls might be surviving right now beneath the ice caps of Mars. But here's what scientists are just beginning to understand. These aren't just random geological accidents. They're connected by underground systems we've barely mapped. Deep beneath your feet right now, similar processes could be creating the next alien landscape that will leave scientists speechless.